more you have, the more you stand to lose. So go ahead and play. Just don't forget, the game is fixed.
Cyberpunk 2077 Phantom Liberty update is finally out. It's been out for a few days now, but I finally finished Cyberpunk 2077 Phantom Liberty expansion. It took me 16 hours to finish. I took my time with it, and half of the time when I open up the game, I boot up the game, I just get distracted by exploring Night City because I love every minute of Cyberpunk 2077. This is one of those videos that I usually don't have a script, don't have set up stuff that I'm going to talk about, freeform video style. So I'm working on a Phantom Liberty review video where I'll go more deep into Phantom Liberty and the 2.0 update. I don't know when it will come out. Again, I'm not motivated to do it. I don't know why. For the longest time, I'm not motivated to YouTube anymore. But I wanted to try YouTube out. So if you guys can help me out by liking, commenting, subscribing, it actually helped me out to get like 1000 so I can turn on monetization on and actually start to make a living. I'm honest here. I'm being honest here, all right? And then also there's Patreon. You guys can support me there if you think that I'm worthy of your support. Currently I don't have any perks, stuff like that set up. Enough about me, let's talk about Cyberpunk, alright? Cyberpunk 2077, what a hell of a ride. Released back in 2020, now it's 2023. It's come of age 3 years. It's been 3 years. And it's been actually 2 years if you really think about it. But after all this waiting, we finally got the Cyberpunk 2077 game that they said they're gonna release. Still not perfect though, but we got something that acceptable, more than acceptable. But I want to talk about what I want to talk about in this video is that the redemption arc that they took, the second coming of Cyberpunk 2077. That's what I talk about here. You know, whenever the game first came out in 2020, CD Projekt Red screwed up big time. Like, releasing for older generation consoles was the biggest mistake they've did. If they ditched them and moved on, like develop the game as a next generation experience, I think it would make them like 10 times better for the developers teams. But the game was announced way back 2013, right? The first announced, like the trailer, that iconic cinematic trailer. But yeah, they announced for it all the consoles. Then the new consoles came out. I understand what the situation was there. Like, they announced it for all the consoles, and people was excited for it. Now they can't just change it for a newer generation. I understand what happened. The game was released when a generation switched, like the gaming console generation switched. So it was a little bit hard. So you have to cater for the both player side, right? You have to cater for the newer player as well as for the older players. So you have to release the game on both platforms. Otherwise, one people are not gonna be happy. I understand that, but I think they should have done. We understand the older generation consoles exist, but hey, the newer generation consoles, we're gonna focus on that. Sorry about the old generation console peeps, chooms. Sorry about that. I think they could have said that and just people would have understand. But it is what it is. It happened. It's in the past, right? You can't change the past. So I think for the most part, Cyberpunk 2077, the development cycle of it, or not the development cycle, the update cycle of it, it's very good. CD Projekt Red, right? They released the game and was like, oh yeah, it's not looking good. Let's move on to the next project. They didn't do that. They actually like, all right, we promised you something. You paid for this game. Even though it's a single player experience, we're going to fix it, we're going to improve it, we're going to add more content to the game so you guys can enjoy it. They did just that. With a killer soundtrack, amazing visuals, amazing story. There's no words to explain how good of a game Cyberpunk is. It was dog water back in the day, alright? It sucked so hard. The story was okay, but plagued with bugs, game-breaking bugs, mind you. Features that they promised were never implemented. Vehicles were like driving bricks on 4 wheels. Bikes felt like you're riding a freaking horse, but on wheels. And yeah, everything felt bad. Weapons were... I think the shooting part of it was actually good, but melee combat, it felt like you're punching, you're actually hitting someone with styrofoam's batons. That's what I felt like. It didn't have any impact or feeling to it. Yeah, so they've improved a lot since then. The melee combat, like the 2.0 update, they brought like a lot of stuff to the perk system, the rework, cyberware and stuff like that. It's now much better than it used to be. When I say much better, it's 10,000 times better than what it once was. Since the day it was launched, I played it like day one, right? Whenever the game first came out, I had a friend who bought the game and he family shared his Steam account to me, so I had his library. We both downloaded the game. Because CD Projekt Red doesn't use any DRMs, once you have the game officially downloaded, you could play the game without a Steam. So I can play the game without interruption from my friends, because whenever my friends started to play the game, I can't play the game because my friend's playing the game, if you don't understand. And like, that's how family share works. If the owner of the library started playing a game, the game Steam's like, oh well, alright guys, just wrap it up. The owner wants to play the game, you have to go out. Yeah, then they're gonna kick me out of the game, right? It doesn't happen to me because CD Projekt Red doesn't have any DRMs on it. Again, another good thing that CD Projekt Red does, I could just double click for my execution file and it would run. The only downside to it that I won't get in I couldn't get any Steam achievements because it's not running through Steam. It's even uploaded my save file to the cloud. So that's how I first played Cyberpunk. The reason that I didn't bought the game, because whenever it first came out, people started to talk about how bad the game was, optimization issues, bugs and stuff like that. And I didn't want to spend money on a game that I thought that I'm not going to enjoy myself. That's the one reason. The other reason was that I was pretty much broke. I didn't have a job. I still don't. But yeah, I didn't have a job and stuff like that. I didn't have money, right? I was financially broken. So at that time, but I downloaded the game. It took me like 8 hours to download with my slow ass ISP, and I got the game running and opened up the game. There was 3 choices before me: Corpo, Straight Kid, Nomad. I clicked Corpo because whenever they announced the lifestyle video, I knew I'm gonna play Corpo. Played Corpo for like 20 minutes and got like 5-hour long prologue. Then you got into the game. Like you could then do gigs and stuff like that. You could do it gigs and stuff like that in the early game, but after the heist, that's where the game really starts. It was a disaster for me at that time. I thought that your life path means more than just like 10 minutes cutscene or 10 minutes scene, not a cutscene, 10 minutes small scene. I thought that I could like live like a corpo, but no, you can't. Like there are some dialogue options that get you out of a bad situation, but that's the thing. During the Compaki Plaza mission, like the heist mission, you could go to the receptionist and she will say, I'll check in with you, with the guy that we're going to meet. He doesn't even know that we are coming to meet him because obviously it's a heist. So we have the option to say no to them. If you're a corpo, you know how to talk to those people, like lesser people, if you will, in the corporate overworld. And you could do the same thing with other lifestyles no matter what. So it's the same. She also said the same dialogue. That was like a huge turn off for me. because the way they announced the game, like your choices matter, your life path matter, but you could do it anyway. Like there's no consequences for that. Like a lot of the things they said was not in the game. Like a lot of the system they showed was not in the game. Stuff like that actually turned me off. But here's the thing. I played the game, I finished the story. I also, one of the things that I felt like was a disappointment for me was the story. It lacked so much in quantity. The quality was there, the quantity that I was looking for. I expected more like Witcher 3. I don't want like a 60-hour, but at least like a 40-hour expansion. I finished the story within like 20 hours. Without doing any side gigs. Not gigs, I did like a lot of, most of side missions, side jobs. I did like few gigs. I thought gigs was like very boring. Because gigs are like something you would, like Ubisoft would put into a game, right? Just generic missions, go there, kill that, go there, steal that, go rescue someone. That's something Ubisoft would do, right? Because I played Witcher 3 before this, and in Witcher 3 there's no like those kind of quests. Of course they're like go there, kill that monster, but that monster is interesting. There are mechanics and stuff that like that. There's a reason for that monster to exist. There's a backstory for it. But unlike just you, like in Ubisoft, there's a rat infestation downstairs. Just go there, kill that, and I will give you like a ring. It's not like that. And I really didn't like it. I hated Cyberpunk. The skill tree, half of the skill tree was bugged. Not half of it, like most of the skills were bugged. The game ran like shit. Yeah, performance was terrible. I didn't have like a cutting edge computer to begin with. But fun fact, during 1.6 patch, my game ran at 30 FPS with every settings at high, medium, and I think reflection was at psycho level. And my game ran at 30 FPS to 20 to 25 FPS. That's actually how I played the game. In 1.6 update, alright? Before 2.0 update. Before 1.6 it actually ran fine, but for some reason 1.6 patch screwed my game up. It ran worse than it used to be. Then after 2.0 update, with same settings, now my game ran at 60 FPS. No issues. Sometimes drop to 40 during like intense scenes, like huge crowded area. But during combat, I don't feel any FPS drops like it used to do. Yeah, sorry, like it's used to do back in wave 1.6. So yeah, it improved significantly, and I'm all for it. So that's a small segment. But I like it. I loved it. So fast forward an year with 1.4 update, they revamped the skill tree, they introduced new stuff, they started to talk about free DLCs, which was very minor, like a gun here, car there, apartment system was interesting for that time, you know, owning a few different apartments instead of just having just one in the little China that you start up with. It was good. Free DLCs was okay, some of it good, some of it like okay, like having another appearance for Johnny Silverhand, it was ridiculous. And yeah, after the two, I actually really started to enjoy the game during I think 1.4, the update, that I really started to enjoy Cyberpunk 2077. That is where I started my second playthrough. And I enjoyed it. And during 1.5 patch, I started my third playthrough. And during 1.6 patch, I started another playthrough, but I stopped playing it because FPS was terrible. Yeah, because of that, I didn't play 1.6 patch a lot. I do have 3 playthroughs over 30 hours. I think 2 of them are 70 hours and one is like 35 hours or something like that. I'll put a screenshot on the screen so you guys can see it. I don't remember. So each of these characters playthroughs went through different dialogue options, so I could experience the whole story, right? And 2.0 update completely turned my perspective on this game upside down. I used to hate the game for having lack of features, lack of features that they promise, lack of story, interesting story bits to have. Now I really started to enjoy the story more and more each playthrough I did, each quest choices that I started to make. Like the way they announced like your choice matter, but at the end of the day, a lot of the quests that you did, either you have like a one or two outcomes and nothing major. I think the only major repercussions you had for your choices was your first mission. You set up with all food, you're trying to get that flathead bot, you go with Johnny to Maelstrom. You have like few options. You can go side with Corpus, you can side with Maelstrom, you can screw both of them and keep the money for yourself. And then you have like that kind of very depth mission just for the like first mission, and then everything just went downhill. Like side jobs, you have like either good ending, bad ending. Some engine doesn't even matter. But for Phantom Liberty, it's the complete opposite. Your choices, oh my god, they do matter. They're gonna come back to haunt you. They're gonna bite you in the ass. And I love it. And 2.0 update, I want to talk about it a little bit. I really like it. I really like the update. It brought so much new content to the game, as well as it refreshed the game. So I like it so much, not just because of that. The Phantom Liberty expansion is a blast. I played it, enjoyed it, every minute of it, and I'm actually in a process of playing through the with my other two playthrough characters to get the like other endings. I sided with Songmi with my first playthrough, because that's how I build my that's how I roleplayed my first playthrough, as someone that sympathized with other people, see good in other people. That's kind of my first playthrough. And the second playthrough I played as like an idiot. The other playthrough that I was a very mean, very asshole kind of a person. So yeah, with that character I'm definitely gonna join NUSA. And yeah, so 2.0 update is good. What I want to talk about more is that I'm not going to talk a lot, but Cyberpunk 2077 2.0 update, Phantom Liberty, is a huge success. And what Cyberpunk was and what it's now is like sky difference, right? It's just sky and ground, like different, like it's night and day. And I must say, for CG Projekt Red, the amount of effort that they put into make this game work is phenomenal. Thank you so much for that, not for giving up this game, and unlike other developers. And I loved Phantom Liberty update. I wish we could spend more time with Cyberpunk this game, not the franchise, this game, like new more, like at least like few other expansion content, stuff like that. But we know we have reached the end of Cyberpunk content. They released a new update, 2.1 update, fixing bugs and stuff like that. They also said that they are not done with Cyberpunk, like fixing stuff, I think what they meant by it, not new content. Overall, my Cyberpunk experience is, I hated the game at the beginning, now I'm loving it. And I'm gonna continue to loving it. And I even stopped playing Starfield just so I could play Cyberpunk. And I haven't touched Starfield in like I don't know how long I haven't played Starfield. I haven't played that game for a very long time. I stopped playing that game after I finished my playthrough, because there was no real reason for me to go back and just play other missions. I actually got bored with Starfield compared to other Bethesda games that I liked. I played Skyrim like 5,000 hours, but I hate Starfield. I didn't do that with Starfield. I don't hate the game. I didn't feel like it was worth my time going back and just play a different playthrough. Starfield review, I'll do a 1-2, and I'm gonna do a Phantom Liberty playthrough review as well, another playthrough. Again, no one watched my videos, but I'm trying to make a living out of here, but hopefully I could. You guys can help me out with that by liking and subscribing to my channel. That's my experience with Cyberpunk 2077. Someone who hated the game at the beginning and someone who now in love with the game. what you guys experienced with Cyberpunk 2077. Do you guys was experiencing the same way I did? Do you guys like the game at the first and now you're still loving it too? And let me know. And my perspective of the game changed. It just 180. All right, my perspective was just 180, turned like 180, the opposite direction. And I like it. I'm all for it. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please like, comment, subscribe. Also check out my Patreon if you guys think that I deserve that. You can support me for $3 a month, and I would actually put another low tier soon when I figure it out that because Patreon looks like, no, don't do that. I don't know why. I could put like $1 in it. I'll definitely do it. I think you could press the submit key. I don't know. I still haven't figured it out yet. So thank you guys for watching again. And I'll do other videos. I'm actually planning on doing Starfield, talking about Starfield like this video without any scripts and stuff like that. That video will come out soon. I have to capture some footage to show in the background. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. Bye. See you next time.